Hi, my name's Sally Jackson. Today I'm going to be talking briefly about the development of the bassoon, and I brought with me today a Baroque, a classical and a modern instrument. This one is one of the earliest models of bassoon, and it was made, it's a copy of an instrument in Nuremberg, in a museum in Nuremberg, made by Johann Christoph Denner. Now this is the bassoon that J.S. Bach would have known and wrote for. As you can see, it's very basic. It's more like a big recorder. The bassoon at the time of J.S. Bach was really a bass instrument used to play bass lines in an orchestra. It was used to add colour to the bass line, because normally you would have cellos, double basses and a harpsichord. The bassoon added colour coming in and out. It sometimes just played the bass line on its own with two oboes. Just adding variety to it, really. It didn't really have a solo function in the orchestra. People were writing concertos for it, but at that time it really was used just for playing bass lines. And you can see on this bassoon that it has a really good tone down the bottom. Now this bassoon I brought along here is 100 years later, and as you can see, it actually is starting to look a little bit more similar to the modern one. This bassoon is around about 1800. It would have been familiar to Mozart later on in his life, and certainly for Beethoven. This would have been their modern instrument. This was made by Heinrich Grenzer, who was the major instrument maker of the 1800s. He was very popular. A lot of his bassoons were made, and there are around 50 remaining in the world. By this point, people were starting to write in the orchestra. The reason the whole thing developed was people were starting to realise that they could write for the bassoon, and that they could write solos within an orchestral context. So it became more of a less bassy. This is great down, as I said, down at the bottom, but this is better towards the top now. So it's more of a sort of tenor instrument. The modern one here is one that you would all recognise if you know about the orchestra. It has around 27 keys on it. The bassoon is the bass instrument in the woodwind family, and there are usually two of these. You would see two usually at the back of the orchestra. There's so much key work on the modern one now when you compare it to the earlier ones. Whilst it's made life a lot easier in many ways,